Okay, ladies, even though it's July, it is finally time for me to do a video of our new tea party layout. And let me just show you, this is what you will have in your kit. And this is page 1, and this is what it will look like when it's done. Super cute, lots of fun. So the first thing I would suggest that you do is take out your cute little white doily that you have here. Definitely feel it and peel it apart because a couple of them get stuck together sometimes. And then you can go ahead and do this downstairs in the basement at the inn, or you can just grab a paper towel at home, but you will need this Distress Mica stain here from Tim Holtz. It's a new little thing that we're going to be learning how to use, and we love it. It's cute. So you're just going to take that, shake it up so you get all the pigment off of the bottom there. And then you're just going to give it a couple squirts like this. And you could leave it like that if you want to, but I found that if you take your blending tool here and just rub it a little bit, look how pretty that looks. It gives it this real pretty shimmery pink look. So we're going to rub this out so that way it can dry while we're working on the rest of our page layout. So there we go. Big difference when you rub it out after you've squirted it. So there we go. And we're going to set that aside so that it can dry. And while we're waiting there, I also wanted to show you a little boo-boo on most of these cutouts. It does have a little white edge here. All I'm going to do is take a black pen, because I fought with the Cricut, and I gave up on it. So you can just take a black marker, and that's what I did on the first page there, and you never noticed it. I'm just going to color this in just like so. You won't even see it on your page layout, trust me. There, colored it in. It's all good. Now, a lot of you love to distress your papers, and that's what I do a lot of times. So we're going to use our Vintage Photo, of course, our Vintage Photo ink, and our blending tool. And we're just going to rub that. If you go in a circular motion like this, you'll pick up a lot more ink than doing this. So go in a circular motion. These will be available for you downstairs. If you'd like to use ours, or if you'd like to purchase your own, you can do that. You can use whatever color you want. Remember, this is your page layout, so you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. Also, these will come in different colors too, and I will announce that at dinner that you can go ahead and pick out which one you want. We have purple, we have pink, we have blues, all different colors. So I picked out pink, of course. I'm going to put Savannah's tea party pictures in here. So I'm just going to go ahead. I ink the edges of these, and this is how I ink mine. And you can ink as much or as little as you want to, but I'm just going to ink up the edges because I like the way it looks. And I always ink everything. So I'm going to take these little things, just ink them up. And sorry, girls, if I sound like I am beyond exhausted, because I am. Usually I'm much more chipper and having more fun doing this. But, you know, we just had a wedding there, as you all heard, and I have been working my buns off there for months, getting it ready, first of all, and then weeks afterwards to tear it all down. And then I went there Monday to get things ready for our first weekend back open again, Diva weekend, and the basement flooded. So, been there every day, cleaning out wet carpet, wet paper, wet tools. They tore out part of the walls. I mean, I'm going to look at the bright side of it and just say that I'm excited that we get to remodel sooner than later. And by the way, that's why my nails look so terrible. We just been working so hard over there and doing really dirty work. So all my nails have broke off, but don't look at that. But here we are. We're still inking everything. We're still happy campers. The wedding went perfectly without flaw. super happy, but just exhausted, tired. So excuse me for that. But you know us, we are going to work our buns off to make sure that you girls have an amazing weekend. Everybody has their scrapbook kits here and has their cute little tea party layouts. So I'm just inking all the edges because I do like that a lot. So I'm just going to ink that up. And we're going to ink this one up. So just keep inking. I hope you all have had a great summer so far. Another little update, we were going to put a heater in the pool, and that did not go as planned. We put a new liner in, and then they tore out the pipework to put in the new heater. Completely corroded, fell off in their hand. So then, long story short, we had to call consumers, and they shut the gas off. They came out. They said, oh, you'll have to have a mechanical engineer come in. We did that. He came in. We got the new pipe work run. They just finished that. However, the new heater now on top of what we just did, they said it's going to cost another $7,000. So that is going to have to be a next year project because the budget went way over on that. But we are prepared for next year. So these 4 cute little pieces right here, we're just going to cut into little pendants. So if you see, I just squeeze the 2 corners together. I try not to fold right here. And you're going to want to cut from the fold to the point. Do that to all 4 and do that before you ink them, because that way you can get it in the little crack that you cut off. But see, if you go from the fold to the point and you open it up, there you got it, even on both sides. So you're going to do that on these 4 polka dotted pieces. One's black and white, one's yellow. It's like a yellow cream, green, and then of course the pink one. So we're just going to fold these, cut them into the pendants, which we do that a lot in class. And then we're just going to ink it up. Ink all 4 of those. Those are going to be your little flags that are going to go in the upper right-hand corner. So just ink that up. I love to ink. I think it just changes the whole look of your layout. There we go. So now we got all of our pieces inked. Just like so. And we're going to start putting this together. Okay. So first we're going to take our white mat and put that down on our green one. So you can just use your tape runner for this. I have my little mini one here, but it will work just as well. And we are going to just kind of center that on here like so. There you go. Then by now your doily should be almost dry. And what I'm going to do is just fold that in half like so. And then I'm going to put adhesive on the back. And be careful that you don't rip it. See, I was just going to say that. But it's okay. It's on the back, so it's not going to be a big deal. And I'm only going to put adhesive down the crack here of the fold, because when I lay this on here, and I'm centering it like that, push it down, I don't want adhesive right here because you need to be able to slide your photo in underneath there, okay? So I just put the adhesive on the crack and on the back to hold that down, okay? So just be very careful with it while you're doing that. Then you can take some liquid glue, and we're gonna liquid glue on this tea time. So I got my little handy dandy liquid glue here. I like to do this like on paper towel or something, trying to keep it in the frame here so you can see. But just put a little bit on the back, and then we'll attach that. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. like to put too much on this because, you know, it kind of all the edges and then you get a big old mess. So just less is more. And we are going to attach this to our background right here. It says tea, time for tea. I hope you girls brought a fun little outfit to wear for Saturday. If not, we got awesome little hats for you too. So this is going to go in the upper left-hand corner of your page. So I'm just going to go ahead and I want adhesive on the back, but I'm going to leave the bottom edge of this with a not adhesive so I can slide something up underneath there. So just put adhesive on the back on the top up here. So like this, if that makes sense. So see how I didn't put it on the bottom. So that way if I need to slide my photo mat up underneath there, I can. Go ahead and adhere that down. Then we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. So first is going to be our black scallop stripe, and that is just going to go, let me make sure you girls can see this, yes. All the way to the bottom of the page, all the way across. So adhesive on there. And just go all the way to the bottom, right to left, and put that down, okay? Next piece is gonna be this purple and pink polka dot. Just adhesive on the back. And if you want to use the other side, feel free to. That's the beautiful thing about double-sided paper. You can change it up if you want to. And this one is just gonna butt right up against that one, the black one. Okay. Next is going to be your photo mat that you have your little doily on, and see how it's going to come right underneath there. But if you go a little higher than me, you might want to tuck it underneath, but I just want a little bit of brown to show right here. So we're going to go ahead, put adhesive on the back of this one. Okay. And I want a little brown to show. And I do want it to be kind of underneath here, so excuse me for not doing what I said I was going to do. I'm going to slide that, see, right underneath there, which is why we didn't put adhesive at the bottom. I liked it like that. You can do it however you want, though, but here we go. And then we are going to take our pink one and put our white, which I forgot to ink, so I'm just going to ink that one up real quick here. And we are going to attach these two together. Okay. And there we go. Got all our pieces out of the way. Okay. Now, that one's going to go about right here, but I'm not adhering that down yet, and I'll show you why. Now, you should have a little piece of string like this in your kit. What I'm going to do is just flip my paper over on the back, and we want this to go across, just like so. This is where I want it to be, so I'm flipping it over on the back. I'm going to put a little adhesive and just stick these guys right into it so you can see here. See that? So adhesive here, here, and I just stuck it in there like that with my tape runner. Flip it over. Now you got this cute little rope here to work with. And I liked this kind of slid underneath here. So that's about where I'm going to work with that. I'm going to take my cute little flags here, all 4 of them that I have. And what I did was just put adhesive right at the top of the back of each of these flags. And I just stuck them on that rope. So I did the black one first, then the pink one next. And these will stick on there. You just got to give them a little bit of time for the glue to dry. See that? Just adhesive on the back. Stick it right in there. And a little adhesive. Draw like a line where you know you want it to stick. And that one can go right there. Cute. All right. And then I can adjust this accordingly where I like it, which I think right there would be great. So put adhesive on the back. And we're just going to slide this up underneath. Like so. There we go. Because you don't want to glue these down to here so you can slide your photo underneath, if that makes sense. Okay? And of course, everything I do is crooked. So I'm just going to move that just a little bit. Try to get it lined up there. There we go. Now, onto our cute little teapot and our teacup. Now, you can have your teapot going this way, or if you like it better this way, you can do that on that side. Same with your teacup, this way or this way. I chose on my first page, as you can see, they point this way. This one, I am going to face them the other way. So I'm going to do this one and this one. We're just going to decorate the front real quick. So I already inked these up. I'm going to use, you should have a little piece of chipboard in your kit. And I love to use this chipboard, by the way. I did this in a class in 49 and Market, and now I do it all the time. You just use your old Amazon boxes. Then you can cut this up however you want. You make your own pop dots. Look at that. It's wonderful. So much easier. And I'm just going to center that on the inside of here, like so. So see how it's nice and layered now. And then I'm going to put this in the center of my teapot right there. Use a little glue. Doesn't matter what glue you want. I just switch it up sometimes depending on what I'm doing. And that one's going to go right in the center there of the teapot. And then I'm going to do the other one same way. I'm going to use a little piece of this pop dot. Cut that. And put it on the back of this one. Pop that. Put it in the center. So cute. There we go. Now we're going to put this in the center of our teacup. And you can turn this around and move it however you want. So we'll just slide that on there. There we go. Now you also should have this cute little tag. Excuse me. And I already inked it up. And I just wrote the word tea on it. And I'm sure you girls have much better handwriting than me, but I just thought it would be cute to be a little tea bag thing. So we're just going to write the word tea. Just like that. My pen is, of course, a little dried up. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to flip my cup over. And on the back, I'm just going to put some adhesive. And I'm going to take my string, stick it in there on the back of the teacup, flip that over, figure out where I like that tea bag, where I want it to stick. And I think I like it about right there. I'm going to put a little adhesive right here so I can go ahead and stick that little tea bag right there. And that's so cute. I love it. I lift it up a little bit so it gives it some dimension. Okay. Then you're going to just take your little pop dots here, and I want to pop up this whole teapot. So I'm going to put multiple pieces on back here because I think it looks so much nicer popped up. As you can see, this is just the back of a box. I think it was a coffee box that we had here. And my cute little teapot is just going to go right underneath here. And then again, make sure you don't have adhesive right here so your photo can slide underneath. Make sure you guys can see that. There we go. And the same with the cup. We're going to put adhesive on the back right here. I'm going to put another one because I really like these popped up. And then later on, when you look back in your book, it won't smush down so much if you have quite a few of these on the back. And then I'm going to stick the cup right by the teapot, just like that. And then last but not least, you should have a button in your kit. And if you don't like that button and you want a different one, just come and see one of the staff members, or you can exchange it downstairs in the store there. But we're going to go ahead and put a glue dot on the back of that button. And then we're just going to put it right there on the top of our teapot. And there we go. Page 1, all done. And I hope you girls enjoy the tea party and you got some cute pictures and you can put those right on there. But that is it for page 1.